10 years ago, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
Yes, yes, yes. We are, in fact, both late and gay. Sorry, I'm getting over being sick right now. My voice is kind of fucked up. Sound a little extra sexy, but also a little bit extra raspy. So I don't know what you guys want to do with that, but there it is. Yeah, TJH 1994. Did you watch Rakita Law? Because that's one thing that he would always say if he was late. You're not just late, you're gay. You're late and gay. And ever since he got in trouble for that whole cocaine fiasco, I haven't really heard much from him, and I miss his insights. I miss watching his show. It's too bad. Okay, cool. Yeah, you did watch Rakita, dude. I found Rakita during the Rittenhouse trial. Like, I'd never heard of him before that. And then I ended up watching basically the entire Rittenhouse trial through his channel because it was like a panel of lawyers that would come on and talk about what was going on with the law case. And like you could watch the stream of the trial itself and just be like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure who's talking about what and why and what the motion that the judge just denied. What is that? Like, there's a million questions that you have because you're not a fucking lawyer, you know, and you don't spend your time in court. But watching that trial with the benefit of having a panel of lawyers talk about things as they're happening, explain what's going on, talk about what their predictions as to what was going to happen next, and like what rules might be broken and what the ramifications of that. It was like really, really interesting. And it shined a very bright spotlight on the fact that the justice system in this country is fucking broken. And not just a little bit. It's like, God help you if you get in fucking trouble, dude. Especially if it's like anything that might be even remotely political whatsoever. Like if you have anything that you get charged with in your life that has a political aspect that and I would assume that you know, watching this show and being who you are, a gun owner, a person who is a conspiracy realist, someone who looks into things and tries to find the truth behind it, doesn't believe the mainstream media, doesn't believe the fucking powers that should not be, etc. Of course you're going to be on a certain side of that fucking thing, right? Which means the liberal New World Order justices, which George Soros and others have paid for to be put in place, that have been appointed by Barack Obama and fucking whatever the fuck that old guy's name is, Joe Biden. Sorry, I forgot his name for a second. I'm getting a little old myself. Yeah, they put these people into office, and I'm sure there was probably even some that Trump put into office, into court, right, as judges that were like, hey, like this guy's gonna be good, Trump, and he was like, okay, sure, whatever, I don't fucking know, and then put him in office, and now they're these corrupt ass motherfuckers, dude, who are actively going out to destroy society so that they can rebuild it in their name, so that they can shake the fucking the board and put pieces wherever the fuck they want, and that's going to be with them in control. And I don't think that there's a way around that at this point, dude. Like, I know Trump's in office right now. I know the Republicans have the House and the Senate. I know that in theory we're in control of the justice system because there's more right-leaning judges than left-leaning judges, but in the Supreme Court, that is. But the way things are going in general in the world, not just America, like if we manage to canoe our way out of this fucking shitstorm that we're in right now, we're going to be the only fucking ones, dude. Like, we're going to be the only goddamn country left, which means the whole world's against us. I don't think that this is sustainable. I don't think that the Trump thing, unless we can codify it in some sort of a concrete way that future generations are going to understand that we're fighting against this new world fucking order system in which they're trying to enslave humanity. They're trying to put a technocratic system in place with probably AI and other technologies and whatever to make it so that human beings are entrapped in this system in which they cannot escape from, that has never been thought of in the history of humanity. I mean, maybe they thought of it, but it's never been able to be implemented in the history of humanity. I mean, they talked about it in 1984, George Orwell, Brave New World. Like, all of these things were written as maybe warnings or ideas or whatever of what was going to happen in the future, but it was never an actual conceivable thing that could happen because the technology wasn't there. Well, the technology's fucking here. Right now, they have it. And there's a little thing called the Constitution, right? Bill of Rights that we have in this country that protects us from overbearing government institutions that they can't get around, but they can destroy. They can get rid of permanently. They can erase from the existence from the face of the planet. And how do you do that? You destroy America. And honestly, dude, we are the last thing we're like that piece of ice that's holding back the giant flood that took out fucking woolly mammoths and cavemen 12,000 years ago, right? And it's melting away and getting weaker and weaker, and any moment, anytime, that shit could break. Now we're in a trade war with the rest of the countries, seemingly, around the world are against us in this trade war. And now we're all going to be like fighting each other and raising prices and doing things and fuck. Dude, like, we are probably fucked. I'm sorry to say. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that we can steer this ship. But I don't see manufacturing coming back to this country in a timely manner enough to actually like affect the midterms. And bear with me here. So the midterms happen in what? A year and a half? Less than that before the election happens? How long does the economy have to be bad before people start turning against Republicans in general and starting voting the other way because they're pissed off or, you know, their wallet or whatever? So yeah, like the midterm elections, if the economy is going bad at that point, it's going to go Democrat. And so the Democrats are going to get power. They're not going to get the presidency, right? But they might get the House and the Senate. And then what happens for the rest of the 2 years of Trump's presidency? Fucking nothing. That's what. Fucking not a goddamn thing.
Yeah, he becomes a lame duck.
And then Trump's out. And then 2028, do you think JD Vance is going to win if the economy sucks? No. So the Democrats just get the ball right fucking back and they start marching it towards the fucking end zone, which is a new world order, one world government where the Constitution doesn't exist, the Bill of Rights doesn't exist, the Magna Carta doesn't exist. The things that make us individuals are fucking discounted and destroyed. Families gone. Fucking the systems that we count on as human beings restructured in a way that's beneficial, not for us, but for that one world government entity that is trying to enslave humanity permanently. And I don't see us getting around it. I'm sorry, but that's where we're going to start the discussion tonight. How you guys doing? We got Ohio Patriot, Lawfully Armed, Tactical Muffin Top, and a Soulless Ginger.
What's going on, gentlemen?
What up?
Now, I hope I'm wrong. Like,
I hope you're wrong too.
Point me to the white pill in what I just said. Where am I wrong in what I just said? Anybody have any ideas?
Well, I know there's a few things that Trump has put into executive order that he's trying to get put into actual law, so it can't be walked back by the next president. And they're saying he's going to do a bunch of it like that. I hope he does, but
I mean, yeah, they say that, but unless there's something that's like, I mean, the only thing that really can't be easily walked back by the next administration would be a constitutional amendment, because you need 2/3 votes to get rid of a constitutional amendment.
Right.
So, but you also need basically 2/3 to get it in. So it's like hard to get and hard to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
Any executive order, any regular bill that's passed, any regulation change, any of that changed on the fucking head of a dime. So yeah, I don't know. Does anyone else have a white pill for me? Because I'm fucking feeling pretty black pilled right now.
The only way to escape it is to be able to produce 100% of your inputs, and it's just impossible. It's really impossible to make all your own clothes, all your own food, all your own boards, nails.
I think
You're gonna have to have
America
one foot
could do
in.
it. I think that America has enough people. We have enough natural resources, enough land. I mean, there's certain things that we're not going to be able to grow very well, right? Like you're not
Mhm.
producing bananas in America. You have to import those. If you want bananas, you're probably going to have to buy bananas from someone else. Coffee, pretty much the same. I mean, we grow coffee in Hawaii, but where else are you going to get coffee from? Like we don't make enough coffee in Hawaii to give us enough coffee for the United States. You know, like coffee would be way too expensive.
Yeah.
The
So we
problem
import-
isn't being able to grow or produce everything on our own, which we could. The problem is getting a lot of these lazy motherfuckers off their ass to actually do the work that we need done to produce everything here, and that's the uphill battle.
Well, that's part of the problem. The other part of the problem is that we have a certain percentage of the population that's actively engaged in undermining the entire program, right?
True too.
The Black Lives Matter, the Antifa, like the fucking pro-Palestinian motherfuckers that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
All of these people have a vested interest in the downfall of the society that they live in, which ultimately I think will be bad for them, and they're going to fucking regret when it's in the downfall stages. But they're useful idiots. They're the fucking same ones that were used by the Soviet Union to overthrow the fucking czar, because the czar's bad, right? But then what do they put in place? Oh, I'm sorry about all of the people that starved to death and died in gulags. Like, we had to make communism work, you know? Like, it gets way worse than things, you know. Hell goes very deep. That's all I'll say.
You're not wrong.
The Amish have it figured out. And if we could all get to know our Amish and try and get our communities of the people that we want to be with in the next 10, 20 years, that's what you have to go for. That's like the only way.
Daniel says, if Trump gets the trade deficit equalized with most countries in the next few months, the economy is going to take off like we've never seen before. And okay, so that is one white pill there, that if this plan works, if things work the way it's supposed to, then yes, we're going to be on an economic boom in certain ways like we haven't seen in generations, like we haven't seen since maybe the end of World War II. But
That still won't make most of or half the population happy. Nothing will. Honestly.
Are we going to be able to ramp up our production? Are we going to be able to educate and get people working in these industries in a timely manner? How bad is the squeeze going to be in the meantime? You know, because like you start having trade war, deficit wars with fucking other countries, then your products start costing a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. But then again, like if things keep going the way they're going, we're all fucked anyway. So that's another white pill, is the only one with a plan, the only one who's trying to do anything about this, the only one who even has a chance of getting anything done about this is Trump. No one else. So, I mean, no one else even has a plan. The rest of the Republicans, the rest of the Republican Party, which are pretty much, I would say, mostly corrupt. I would say the Democrats are almost entirely corrupt. I would say the Republicans are mostly corrupt.
I actually had a really good conversation with somebody last Monday about the Democrat Party, and her theory is that a lot of them are actually just demonically possessed at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that. I don't know if it's demonically possessed, but I think that you could make the argument that there's a good portion of the Democrat Party, at least the people who vote Democrat, and mental illness are synonymous.
Yep. I believe both, because some of them are just fucking pure evil. The shit that they're behind and that they promote and tout and everything, it's fucking wicked and evil.
It's wicked evil. Daniel says, Trump is our last best hope. I mean, he's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi at this point. Like, I don't know what the fuck else to like, if Trump fails, what do we have? What other plan is there? You know? I don't think there is one.
I don't think Vance has a plan at all. He's just kind of going with the flow, because, I mean, has he even been in politics for very long? Does he even know the game? Kind of like Trump in his first administration.
I mean, I really do like JD Vance as a person. Like listening to his interviews that he's done, and like the sense of humor, and the down to earth and all that stuff. He seems like a really fucking cool dude.
No, he does,
But
but I mean,
I don't think he doesn't have the track record that Trump has.
exactly.
And he doesn't have the, I don't know. Trump is like a once in a generation kind of talent. He's got everything. He's got the intelligence, he's got the charisma, he's got the wealth, he's got the pizzazz. He knows how to I wouldn't say manipulate people, but influence people, and how to get to their core psyche, and make them like think about the thing that he wants them to think about. Like he's really, really good at that. And you don't see that very often.
I think if
JD
Trump
Vance
can,
doesn't have that. I'm sorry to say.
no, I think if Trump can wrangle in all this fucking disinformation that the media, television, everywhere is constantly regurgitating, I think that would be a giant step forward to help bring the country a little closer together. Because I mean, they're putting so much shit out there, trying to defame Trump, lying about Trump, and everyone else that's on Trump's side. It's just disgusting. And you got all these fucking NPCs out there that will just eat up whatever the fucking left says.
Well, I mean, perfect example of the mental illness of what's going on in this country right now. Have you guys heard about the Carmelo Anthony stabbing thing that happened?
Yes.
Sure.
Yep.
So the story here,
Yeah.
the story here is that there was a track meet, high school track meet in Texas. There were these two twin brothers, 4.0 students, football stars, bright future, doing well, never been in trouble in their lives, at least not big trouble, I'm sure. And then there was a black kid who went and sat under their tent, right? So like, if you've never been to track meets, like each school will show up and they'll have like a big fucking tent, and it's not even a tent, it's like a canopy that they can all sit under that keeps them in the shade, and they'll have a cooler with drinks and maybe music playing, because not everybody's got a fucking event constantly. So you might be resting, or you might be warming up, or you might be up doing your thing, but you need a place to go and relax and chill in between things, right?
Yep.
This black kid goes under their canopy and sits in one of their seats, being antagonistic towards the people under the canopy who were part of a school that he was not part of. And so the brother goes up to this kid and he's like, "Hey man, like get out of my seat. Like you don't belong here. You're this is not your tent. Go to your tent." To which he replies, the black kid goes, "Make me." Which is an antagonistic statement. He was doing something. Okay, so like if you're going to use self-defense as a justification for murder, which is what he's doing, right? Which is what it is, right? It's not murder, but justification for killing somebody. You cannot at any point be the antagonist of the situation. If at any point you antagonize the other person and then end up killing them, you forfeit your argument for self-defense in court. Period. End of story. End. Stop. No more to it.
Right.
And that's exactly what this guy did. And then stabbed him in the fucking heart. Bled to death in his brother's arms. Arrested for this. Said something to the effect of, "Yeah, I did it, and I don't care." I don't know what exactly he said, but that was about the effect of it. And currently has over $100,000 in a GoFundMe for his defense. That is the mental illness that we're dealing with right now. Sorry, go ahead.
So the thing I think is most disgusting about this story is that nobody's treating it what it really is. This was a racial hate crime. It was a black man. It was a black teenager killing a white teenager. And then when the cops finally got there, he's like, "Oh, can I, get self-defense on this, even though I totally did it?" And they're like, "No, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?" And what's even more sad is that Austin Metcalf, the guy who lost his life in the situation, is being totally overshadowed by Carmelo Anthony himself.
Yeah, because, dude, I have a son exactly that age. He is in track currently, you know, if this happened to my son, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do.
Invoke your inner Gary Plauché.
Why, Gary? Why?
That's
No,
another
like,
thing.
I mean, like, honestly, dude, I'm surprised that the parents of this guy haven't gone out on a rooftop where black people go and just start shooting people.
The dad of
Yeah.
Aaron,
Like, that would be the
seem
kind
like
of
he's
thought that would be going
brokenhearted.
through my head. Like, I gotta fucking fight the urge to do some fucking evil ass shit because this evil shit was visited upon me, and I will return evil with evil, and I will fucking goddamn exact my revenge on as many people as I fucking can before they take me down to make a fucking point. I'm not saying to do that, and I'm not saying they should do that, and I'm not saying that anyone who does that is right. I'm saying that is 100% fucking wrong, and no one should ever do that at all. And I wouldn't do that, I don't think, ultimately, but the fucking goddamn thought would be in my fucking head.
Mm-hmm. At the very least, yeah.
So, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Not someone says the dad forgave him. Dark Passenger says the dad forgave him. Fucking amazing person, Christian, fucking wonderful people out there. Give you the shirt off of their back, the meal that they were about to eat. You kill their son, they forgive you. Not everybody's like that.
Nope, I'm Christian, and I wouldn't stand for it if it was my child either. But I almost wonder if they do that kind of thing to put on like a media clout. You know, so that way they're not like, oh man, this guy's fucking racist Nazi guy wants to go out and kind of like what you said, like go fuck up all the black people. Like the dad might secretly be like polishing up his fucking deer rifle, you know what I mean? But like has to like save face because he's in the news all the fucking time.
I'm Christian too, and I've always said you can say and do what you want to me, but the moment you involve my family, all bets are off. So I would like to think that I could, you know, forgive or whatnot, but I don't think I could. That's my kid, and he's not here because of some fucking evil piece of shit.
If you watched Austin's father's original interview, I believe it was a local Texas news station, you can tell he was holding back. Like he refused to say certain things because he didn't want to bring that narrative. And it's ridiculous that we can't even have that fucking conversation, because that's the conversation we need to be having to get over this shit, to deal with the fucking problem as it stands right now in this country, or one of them anyway.
I want to clarify though, guys. Like what I said just a minute ago, that's not the look that I'm going for. That's not what I would want to do. That's not ultimately what I would do. And I would hope that you guys wouldn't either. But I'm saying that it's amazing that that's not where people have already gone. You know, the fact that we haven't already like dealt with the revenge of a father like that in a major way in this country, probably multiple times, says something about the soul of our country, about the people who live here. And not all of us are bad. You know, there are bad people and there are evil people. But visiting evil with evil, responding with evil with more evil doesn't solve anything. So what this father did ultimately by saying I forgive him and, you know, doing what he can for his family is ultimately the best thing that he could possibly do. And I don't want to say anything else other than that. And I'm sorry that I went there, but like seriously, dude, like when I think about my son and how good of a kid he is and how hard he works in school and how, you know, like what a bright future he has and how easily someone could just come up and stab him in the fucking heart for taking his chair. It affects me in a way like Sandy Hook, you know, like my kids were the same age as the Sandy Hook kids when Sandy Hook happened. When that happened, I don't know if you guys remember this, but every parent in America immediately went to their school, got their kids out of school, and hugged them for the rest of the fucking night.
Mm-hmm.
And then they use that emotional thing to fucking go after guns and try to do a bunch of bullshit. But in the moment that it happened, your heart, your empathy, your soul just leaves your body for these people who were dealing with this, you know, for like someone who said good morning to their kid, made him breakfast, and dropped him off at the school bus stop, and then never got to see their fucking son again.
My heart does go out to that dad, but I really feel bad for brother because he lost his twin brother, which, you know, they always have like a closer bond than just regular siblings. But he didn't just lose him. His brother died in his arms. That's got to fuck with that kid's head, you know. So I feel bad for him.
Here, let me hit these supers real quick. Isn't a trade war the thing that started Star Wars? Yes, that is the thing.
The Galactic Trade Federation.
That's 100%
Nerd.
true. That's funny. I forgot about that. Danny says, Honda would be dropping the hard R's. Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't feel bad about it. Calhoun says, read my last chat when you get the chance. What was Calhoun's last chat? You also have the pro-Islamicists protesting and chanting to globalize the Intifada in mass in D.C. Would have been a perfect time to arrest them all and let the non-felons and illegals go. Dude, I mean, there's a lot of people in this country, especially because of the Biden administration and what they did for 4 years, letting as many people across the border as could fucking possibly fit. They tried to pass a fucking law or like a bill to fund border security, which actually, if you read the bill, meant more border security agents to process more people more quickly so that they could bring more people across the border quickly without having as much of a wait before you come. Like, that was what the bill was. It wasn't to build a wall or to stop people or to send people back or to fund ICE to get rid of fucking criminal aliens in this country. No. It was 100% so that they could funnel people into they could make a bigger funnel, basically. That was the bill. And they were like, oh, well, the Republicans were against the bill, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, oh my God, dude, the gaslighting and the lying and the bullshit. And the thing is, it works on so many people because there's so many people that are just willfully fucking retarded out there who can't fucking spend 1 second actually doing any research to find out what's going on in the world around them or what something means, and yet have a very, very strong opinion about it. It's baffling. Like, if you're not going to do the research about something, if you're just going to float through life and fucking like let other people make decisions for you, fine. That's fine. But shut the fuck up when it comes time to make the decisions because you haven't done the goddamn homework. You don't know what you're talking about, and you're just repeating what the fucking corporate interests who are against the interest of the American people, and especially people like you, right? If you're the repeater, the person who doesn't actually have an opinion of your own, and you hear the fucking one-line thing on CNN because you paid attention for 5 seconds enough to fucking find out what was going on, and then you go around repeating it fucking passionately, you are the destruction. You are the useful idiot that is destroying this country. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Mark Barden, father of seven-year-old killed at Sandy Hook, was funded Sandy Hook promise, and his personal net worth is $57 million. He used death of his son to enrich himself. Well, that's not surprising. There's a lot of sociopathic people, a lot of narcissistic people who really don't have feelings for other people in the way that most people do, right? Who don't deal with loss in the same way and don't deal with trauma in the same way. They don't have emotions in the same way that you and I do, right? And yeah, they absolutely would 100% use their son to enrich themselves. So that doesn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah, those Sandy Hook promise people are pretty disgusting. They're just like Bloomberg. They'll fund anti-gun candidates and usually red states to run for office at a state level, whether it be state rep, state senator, etc. I've noticed this a lot in Ohio in the last 4 election cycles, give or take. There's been at least, I think, 2 or 3 Bloomberg candidates on our ballot every single election cycle now since 2018.
I don't know, man. How do you fight against this? I'm still looking for the white pill that actually snaps me out of it because I'm pretty black pilled right now.
I think the homeschooling pods is really taking off, and now you can they can do extracurricular, which doesn't obviously fix this issue. But honestly, I don't want my kid at government funded fucking bullshit, and I'm looking into it really hard.
Dude, if I had, okay, like my kids are done with school. My youngest son has 1 year of school left.
Right.
I'm not gonna pull him out of high school in his senior year because at this point, you know what I mean? Like he's already gone through
Yeah.
this. If I had a 5-year-old and we just got done with preschool and we're talking about kindergarten, yeah, I'm looking for some sort of a community homeschool type thing where I don't know, like they have things where it's like 10 different kids with 10 different sets of parents all get together and like each parent will commit to like one day every other week where they teach the kids and all the kids get together at like maybe it's a specific house or maybe it's someone else's house every time, but the parents are teaching the children. And that's the way it should be, right? I don't know, like teachers in this country, a lot of them are fucking stupid as shit. They are really, really, really dumb. But they're good at they're diligent. They're good at getting their homework done. So they got through college and then they got to be a teacher. And I'm not talking about like Travis P11. Like there's some good teachers out there, like there are honestly some goddamn good teachers. But the overwhelming majority of the teaching community are fucking stupid. We're talking 90 IQ, give or take. Like I remember having arguments with some of my teachers and absolutely destroying them. And the only way that they could get back at me was like by giving me bad grades and scrutinizing my work more than they did other people so they could like justify giving me a worse grade.
Mm-hmm.
But if it wasn't for their book that tells them everything that they need to know to teach the class, there's no way that they could fucking teach a class. I mean, some of them, yeah, there were some good teachers who, they could just walk in and teach physics,
Mhm.
But like there's a lot of like English teachers who were like, well, if I don't have my GLA book that gives me the line by line instructions of what to tell you, or like I remember like a computer programming class that I took in like fucking grade school when computers were fucking a lot more rudimentary than they are currently. The teacher didn't know shit, but she knew how to read the book. And we would ask questions because we didn't understand. And she didn't fucking know. It's fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That, and it seems like a lot of teachers these days can't keep their fucking own politics and shit out of their classrooms. Those are the kind of teachers we really need to get rid of too.
Yeah, that really pisses me off because you need to remain politic neutral when you're in a teaching frame. Because first off, there's kids that don't give a shit about that, but second off, you cannot implement your will, your opinion on something if it's not factual with you when you're a teacher. And that pisses me off because there's so many fucking blue-haired people out there that are doing that to our fucking kids. And that pisses me off. The whole gender confusion thing, it's happening at the younger levels of school, and that's bullshit.
If they want to do it to their own kids, that's one thing, but they need to leave other kids alone. It's not their responsibility.
Well, the funny thing to me is like, okay, like look at Catholic priests. What does everyone think of when you think of a Catholic priest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come here, little boy.
You think of the little church boy and the Catholic priest, and he can't keep it in his pants. And yes, that does happen. And yes, it's terrible when it does happen because, like, these people put themselves in positions where they can have authority over other people, especially young kids, and fucking do things to them because they're given that authority in that position, right? And that's why they go through all of the steps to do that. But the odds, and I'm not sure exactly off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you what the fucking actual statistic is, but let's make up a statistic, and it's like 1 in 1,000, right? 1 out of 1,000 priests is a fucking pedo who's trying to do something to kids, which is terrible. If we're talking about teachers, I think it's like 1 in 10. But teachers don't get that fucking mystique. They don't get that negative connotation when you mention like school teacher. What do you think of? Maybe like a hot fucking, yeah, see, you do actually, huh? That's what I thought of. School teacher, like the fucking teacher with the skirt and the glasses and the button down blouse, and she's looking back at you, trying to keep you after class. We had a teacher when I was in high school who I never had him. He was the advanced English teacher for freshmen. So if you're going to do like advanced English stuff, like you had to start in his class, and I just didn't give a fuck. But Yeah, there was a bunch of kids in his class that he was like, he's real friendly with. And then after we graduated, he got accused, fled to Mexico, and fucking killed himself. Yeah.
Yeah, he did it.
Nothing says you're guilty like fleeing to Mexico and killing yourself. Sorry, I'm still sick. Goddamn.
Make sure you like, share, sub to E Honda whilst he's dying.
Dude, I mean, it's been rough the last couple of days. I just sucked it up and took some fucking Profen and kept going, Ugh. You should probably check out your pal Sel Lewinsky. What the fuck are you talking about? That's what happened to the church? Wolf and sheep's clothing? Okay. Honda, when you were in school, if a hot young teacher offered you some, would you have turned her in? There was one teacher. There's like this redheaded, like 23-year-old, fresh out of college, fucking. Oh my god. Yes, I would have.
I think they were trying to say Saul Alinsky.
Saul Alinsky.
Rules for Radicals. Yeah, if you guys don't know who Saul Alinsky is, it was Hillary Clinton's favorite author and actual college professor. She was whatever college he taught at, she went to, and he was one of her professors. Who wrote the book Rules for Radicals, of which is a handbook on how to overthrow society, basically. And in the dedication of the book, mentions Lucifer, the original. I forget what he called him, but he dedicates his book to Lucifer. We'll just say that. So the blind guy can't use dictation, comma, Siri can't spell. Yep, you're good, dude.
We got you.
Anyway. Yeah, so what else is going on in the world?
I have no idea. I've been kind of keeping away from it on purpose. I've been doing other things.
I mean, Colorado's pretty much going full anti-gun, so that's pretty fun.
The only thing I've heard of recently was the whole Austin Metcalf situation where that kid killed him.
Semi-local to you.
Yeah, it's some part of Texas. I'm not sure what part. I don't remember.
We've had shit tons of rain.
Same here. It's also getting snowy again.
Yeah, we had a cold front come over this weekend, which is surprising because we're in April and that usually never happens.
Weird. So there was like this like pseudo gang thing when I was in high school, but it was like suburbs and 99% white kids. So it was like the ghetto area of the white area where these like kids got together and would do like crime and smoke weed and shit. And they called themselves the Parker Posse.
Did you wear trench coats?
And it was really gay. No, we all made fun of them. Because the Parker Posse were also a bunch of pussies. So it's like, yeah, you're a gang because you guys have to be. Because if you go alone, like everyone could kick your ass. And the only way you can not get your ass kicked is if there's like 10 of you. And even then, let's like
So they were the triple P's, the Parker Posse Pussies.
pretty much. I don't know. Parker Posse is trending on Twitter right now, though, and I don't know why. I doubt it's the same thing, honestly. Though if it was, that would be hilarious.
Are you sure it's not Parker Posey?
Oh, is that what it says?
I was just assuming that was the actress that you're talking about.
Oh, is that a person? I don't even fucking know. Dude.
Yeah, Parker Posey's an actress.
Whatever. I guess I can't read.
Played in Blade Trinity amongst other stuff.
Yeah, she also played in Dazed and Confused. She was the bitch.
She's also in that spin-off of The Walking Dead.
Dude,
Tales of the Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god damn it! I forgot what I was gonna say. You got me thinking about Walking Dead, and it just went out in my fucking brain like it never existed.
You're welcome, sir.
Don't Poke the Bear says, I got laid off in December. I have one younger child who is in private school. It is absolutely worth everything I have paid to have sacrificed to keep them there. Like, honestly, dude, like, private schools are a good option if you can afford it. But not everyone can, you know? Because, like, they take taxes out of your paycheck so that they can pay for school. And, like, sales tax. I don't know how they fucking get money for school, but ultimately everyone pays for it, right? So if you pay for school, but then you don't want that school, it's not like you like opt out of paying for the school. You still have to pay for that school, but then you also have to pay for the private school on top of that. So it's not exactly cheap.
I think that's why most places are trying to go for school choice.
We did that here a few years ago. From my understanding, the first couple of years it worked out well because it was getting a lot of these younger kids from like ghetto schools and stuff like that were the brightest of the school out of that school and into an actual school they could flourish at. But then it was this last cycle, I think it was last year into this year. There's a bunch of rich people that have basically now figured out a way to take advantage of it, and they're basically just using it for themselves, and it's fucked up.
Calhoun says, I'd rather not be reminded of The Walking Dead, that Walking Dead was a thing. Honestly, go back and watch season 1 and season 2. It was a goddamn good show. And then they were just like, we forgot how to do writing. And then they like went down a fucking retarded rabbit hole and fucked everything up. It's kind of like Disney, you know, but in microcosm.
It's because the first 2 seasons of The Walking Dead were written by Frank Darabont, and then he had a falling out with, I believe it was, Robert Kirkman, who wrote the comic, and a couple other people at AMC, and then they kicked his ass out. Because he actually talked about like his he was originally going to have a 7-season run on that series, and he would have done things a lot differently.
Daniel saw a black guy going to a tanning salon the other day and thought it was weird. Jesus Christ. I didn't say I couldn't afford it and it ain't cheap, but it is in the reality of where we live at. School choice doesn't exist and we made it work. As a dad, it must be done. Dude, your kids are everything. And I don't understand the parents who, like, I see this all the time where I work, where parents just don't give a fuck about their kids and they're just an annoyance to them and a fucking burden upon them. And they're just done dealing with it. And, you know, they ignore them and the fucking kid wants attention. And they're like annoyed by it. You know, it's like, God damn, why did you even have a fucking kid, dude? Like, fuck you.
Well, I'm sure you heard it too, or, you know, at least people our age and stuff. We were always told by our parents, you're meant to be seen, not heard.
I don't know. When I think about like my grandparents' generation, when they were 7 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, whatever, they were working in the goddamn field. They were like learning how to like work on a truck or, you know, like do stuff. And that 3 months that they had off of school for the summer wasn't spent like chilling out and watching fucking like cartoons and playing video games and riding bicycles and hanging out with their friends. It was like, oh, we have to bring in the fucking corn harvest, you know, like get your ass to work 5 o'clock every morning, you know, and these kids grew up and they were adults when they were like 10. And then our parents, I don't know, like they got to fuck around, like the baby boomers is what I'm thinking, you know, like born in like 1950, 1960, something like that. Yeah, dude, they had the ride of the life because they still had like the really good, strong dollar and economy from the post-World War II era. So that all they had to do was like work a little bit and they could have a house and a car and a wife. And, you know, like they'd have everything you could possibly fucking want. Just had to work a little bit. And now it's like fast forward to our generation. It's like, man, you got to really work your ass off to make it. And then our kids' generation is going to be like, you have to work your ass off and get lucky to make it. And then pretty soon it's going to be like, you can't make it.
My mother was actually the poor side of the baby boomer generation, and she did exactly what you said. She was like 6, 7 years old, out in berry fields throughout the summer, picking, I believe it was strawberries and raspberries, and they were giving them, I think it was like 10 cents for every like quart or gallon. It was a lot. They had to pick basically to get like a dime. And then at that time, there was when the other berries were like about to like expire out. And they're like, hey, if you go back to these briar bushes and pick all these berries for us, we'll give you a quarter a piece for these things or whatever for the same amount of thing. And it's like, yeah. So she knew what hard work was her entire life.
Well, certainly there's always people who fall outside the norm, you know? But there's a lot of baby boomers who just coasted through fucking life, who had everything handed to them and just mortgaged the future away of their children and grandchildren so that they could continue living the lifestyle that they're accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're the reason also never give up their positions of power ever until they're just so fucking old that they have to die like the Crypt Keeper. You know, they're just fucking so fucking old and gone that they can't even fucking like hold it together. And that's when they fucking finally like give up their position. Yeah, you held on to that shit for so fucking long, dude, that you fucked everybody else. You just fucked everybody else. Like, thank you for fucking everybody.
And that's exactly why I believe in term limits across the board, especially at a federal level for our government, because you do have those people, whether it be a Pelosi type or whether it be, what's that guy's name? Elijah Cummings, I think that's what it was. It was one of the guys that marched with MLK. Maybe I'm thinking of different. No, that's what it was. John Lewis was one of the guys who marched with MLK. This dude literally had cancer in office, refused to vacate power to somebody who was actually not sick, and died in office. So did Elijah Cummings too, by the way. He was also like brain cancer, colon cancer or something. But yeah, these guys literally like did not vacate power until they were dead.
Yeah, same thing with the Supreme Court. What the fuck was that bitch's name that everyone was all
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She could have stepped down and let fucking Barack Obama choose her replacement, but instead was like, no, I will not give up power. I will stay in the office forever, and I will always be here. And you will not talk over me, Corey. And yeah, then what does she do? She dies in fucking office, and they try to like hide. Remember, it was like Weekend at Bernie's when it came to fucking Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Everyone was like, "Oh, is she okay? No, I don't know. Like, she seems okay. No, I don't know. We haven't seen her in a while though." And then it turns out she was dead, and they threw a fucking fit when who did he replace her with? Was it Kavanaugh? I forget.
Yeah, it was either Kavanaugh or Barrett. I forget which one.
Well, whoever it was, it flipped the entire Supreme Court the other way. Mitch McConnell, another great example. The dude can't even fucking finish a goddamn sentence anymore. Yet he will not step down from power. They had to wheelchair him to his car on camera, and it was one of the saddest things I've ever fucking seen. Still a senator.
Yeah, it's like the same thing with Dianne Feinstein, her final day in office. They literally wheelchaired her pretty much dead body in there and were voting for her hours before she was pronounced dead.
Is that true? I don't remember that.
Yeah, it literally happened. It was like the day of her death. They had some Senate committee hearing or something like that, and it was one of her aides was like, "Yeah, Miss Feinstein votes yes."
Wow,
it's so fucked up, man.
And yet, people look at this system that we live in, and they're like, "Yeah, everything's legitimate. We have a court system. We have rule of law. We have an election system that will put people in power. If you want something to change, there's a method." Like, bitch, have you not been paying attention? Because like everything you just talked about is a corrupt system of government that is fucking us over right now. So wake up.
Hashtag the awakening.
Who was the guy claiming to be Honda? Honda has a beard and a stash. I got a beard. Look.
You got some gray going on in that beard right now, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm old as shit, bro. I'm 40 fucking 3. Get on my level. Do some wheelies.
I've already gone past gray and I'm in white now.
Although, look at the hairline, man. Can't argue with that. That's fucking
rich and full.
Proceedings.
For a dude. No, it's not. It's exactly where it should be.
Bro, grow it out and go as Gandalf for Halloween. It's gonna be fucking bitching.
Got a 4-head, not a 5-head.
Yeah, it's like a 3-head. It's great. Why are you streaming? And I don't know, dude. It's look at this. I don't know why. It's not doing the thing. Maybe because I flick my camera. I'm not sure.
It's down to put it out the pasture.
Oh, to be 43 again. That must be wonderful. How old are you, Patriot in the Dark? Like 45? You're not much older than me. I know that. Daniel's now 30. I remember turning 30 and being like, oh, I'm 30 now. Oh.
I thought Daniel was older than 30. Damn, he's a young buck.
I remember it was my 30th birthday, and like a day or two later, someone was like, oh, it's your birthday the other day. How old you do? Well, happy birthday. I was like, thanks. How old you turn? 30. What? 30. What did you say? I said I'm fucking turning goddamn fucking 30, all right? Shut the fuck up about it. Like, I was all upset.
It's all downhill from there.
Ain't that the truth?
I'm old as dirt. 50 is how old I am, is how old he is. Although there was this chick at work that I was kind of hitting on, you know. I kind of still am, actually. But I'm not sure about the current status of it because she had never asked me before. And we were talking, and I was like talking about on my 36th birthday, blah, 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 blah happened. And she was like, I thought you were 36.
Uh-oh.
So it's like, uh-oh, man. Like, I'm probably out of the loop on that one now. She probably is not interested anymore. But she thought I was like 7 years younger than I am. So that's pretty good.
Is this the medical student?
No. She's just a slut.
Is this the one that thinks cunty is a compliment?
Nice.
No, that bitch can fuck off. Because she is a cunt. She fucked me over on a party, and I hold grudges. Apparently. Ghost Shadow says I'm older than... How old are you, Ghost Shadow? Who's the oldest one here? Let's find out. Everyone put your age in the chat. Highest number wins some kind of prize. I don't know. I'll send you a screwdriver.
The drink or the tool? I mean, I'm not going to win, but I'm just interested for the rest of the class.
Both.
89.
Whatever happened to the pilot shit? I found out that small planes make me extremely motion sick, and I can't fucking get through. I couldn't even get through a lesson, let alone 9 months of lessons. I tried really hard. It's one of those things you got to admit that you can't do.
I know you're excited about it.
I know it sucks, dude. And like I got approved for the loan and everything. The other part was like, okay, so to go through pilot school was like $110,000 or something for this 9-month program.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the program, you are still not a commercial pilot. You still need like another 1,500 hours of fucking fly time before you can get your commercial pilot's license. So they get you to the point where you can be a flight instructor or something, or work in flights somehow, but you have to like find a job to get you paid to do the other 1,500 hours to the point where you can actually become a commercial pilot and then make good money, right? But in the meantime, guess what the loan repayment amount per month was on a $110,000 loan?
I couldn't imagine.
Try.
$2,000.
That's not far off, actually. It was $1,700 a month was the minimum payment. And that starts the day you grad. Okay, so like you finish your 9-month program, you still got another year of flights to do, getting paid fucking bullshit money, and you got to pay back $1,700 a month. Like that shit is, it would have put me in a debt maybe for the rest of my life and in ways that would have fucked me over. So there's that too. So yeah, I couldn't do it. Man.
Too.
I just couldn't do it. I'll figure something else out. Yeah. Anyway. So it looks like the winner is Mr. Bob DeBellina. Bob DeBellina, 65 years old. Goddamn, 65, you're listening to me.
Better than CNN.
Oh, would take a long time training a dumbass like you, says Snuffleupagus. I know. I'm so dumb. You're right.
Your old best friend.
I'm such a retard, man. I'm sorry you're even listening to me right now. Oh, MSB says he's 67? What? I thought you were like, what? No way. We need a picture of your ID.
Mother's maiden name, first car, first pet as well.
I thought MSB was only in his like mid to late 40s.
I thought he was like 35.
I didn't know Randy Butternut was younger than me.
We're finding out all kinds of things tonight.
You're getting old there, Lawfully.
How old are you, Mr. Armed?
I'll be 34 next month.
Ooh, you're like 10 years younger than me.
You're a baby. I mean, you're a year older than me, but still.
You're 11 years younger than me. Ginger, what are you, like 40?
42.
Okay.
Are you really? Wow.
And Mr. Patriot of Ohio.
I think he just turned 40.
I thought he was the same age as me, but I might be wrong. And I'm 40 fucking... I'll be 44 by the end of the year.
Oh, my God.
What does your YouTube statistics say, Honda? I don't know. Let's find out. Let us look at my YouTube statistics.
Maybe you're a banger in the nursing homes, bro.
Can you not vacuum right now, please? Thank you.
How dare you be responsible?
How dare you do your chores?
Responsible, but inconsiderate.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm in the middle of a podcast, man. Give me a fucking minute. Jesus. Where does it show my statistics? Does it not show them? I guess I could go to my analytics in YouTube Studio.
That's it.
That's what we gotta do. Okay. So currently,
are you screen sharing?
No, because I don't want to screen share everything there. We are at 863,100 views currently. I don't think it's up to date like today or yesterday or something like that. It's slightly behind, but that's pretty fucking accurate. We have 379,200 hours of watch time.
Damn.
Divided by 24, that's 15,800 days. That's 43.28 years of watch time. That's pretty fucking impressive.
See that Snuffleupagus? He just did math like a wizard, bro.
Yeah. Well, I had a calculator, to be fair.
Well,
Does it also show on your analytics what age range you are? What watches your channel?
Well, we can go to audience. And no, not really. Wait. I mean, it shows people watch it on tablets versus computer versus TV. We have 77% are from the United States, which is surprising. That means almost 25% are not from the United States.
That's cool.
That's pretty awesome. Female, 1.2%. I'm kind of proud of that, actually. 98.8% male audience. What is it? 0.1 are 13 to 17. 10.5 are 18 to 24. 35.7 are 25 to 34. 33.2 are 35 to 44. 45 to 54, 16, and then it dwindles off. 65 plus is 0.8%.
To the nursing
Proof that
home.
includes trans females.
And going back and forth.
This is kind of interesting. This is viewers by country.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's being really slow right now. You see this? Holy shit. Wow. Okay, we can't even screen share it. Okay, there we go. Never mind. It's basically all America. You can see where I got strikes and stopped streaming, though. Like right here.
Mm-hmm.
I had strikes and couldn't stream. There was another one of those, too, somewhere. Like maybe right here, this one. But yeah. You can also see how I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get a big channel. It's going to get bigger and bigger. Oh, wait, it just fucking stayed here forever. In fact, it keeps getting smaller sometimes because they fuck me over.
Yep.
It's like growing. Oh, fuck you. And then growing. Oh, fuck you. Like, God damn it, dude. I hate this. Fucking YouTube.
Gotta love YouTube.
Mm. 1% is that girl probably, of the girls are probably lesbian. Yeah.
No, man, we got Sophia B. She's a girl.
Also, that one girl from Britain that never came back on again.
I mean, I asked her to marry me. I don't know.
We got
I
Rhonda.
I thought she needed a fucking passport. She needed the green card, you know? I'd have given her that green card. You know what I'm saying?
After you took
Yeah,
it.
we know. You were moving on over there.
Mm. Are you going to make a separate channel for the bike? I was thinking about doing that, actually. Having like demarcating the motorcycle content to a second channel. But the problem with it is, like, I don't know. I guess I could advertise it on this channel and send you guys over there, and they would have somewhat of an audience to begin with. But if I didn't have the channel that I have, no one would watch my motorcycle shit. I think that's the problem that I'm having with it.
Yeah, but the problem you wouldn't have is being throttled. Politics and guns. You had just bikes over there. You might actually have a good channel.
Maybe. And I am doing like a get together with a big fucking name and motorcycle YouTube stuff. So I'm doing a little collaboration here in 2 months. Don't do that. Your bike channel wouldn't be throttled and you wouldn't have time to make live chats with us. LOL. I mean, it'd be great if I could actually like have a YouTube channel that was worth some, like money, like made money and had sponsors and, then I could actually spend more time on it. It wouldn't be like, well, I just got done working 40 hours this week and working on projects for another 10 and I'm exhausted, but how are you guys doing? You know what I mean? Like it sucks sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sorry, I'm a single dad and have to do everything around the house and pay all the bills and work and do all the things and have a YouTube channel and also have hobbies and things that I like doing. Sucks for fucking time, though. God damn it. Like, Jesus Christ.
Selfish. Yeah, I know.
Honda tried to virtually impregnate that fog breather. That's awesome. This chat is brought to you by Factor. I had some video game company that reached out to me to try to do like live readings on the channel, but I like check my work email, my fucking YouTube email so seldomly that I completely missed the fucking window. Because I'm awesome. He throttles constant. Is that a euphemism for masturbation? Is that what you're trying to say there, Mr. Snuffleupagus? Well, obviously you're not doing the vacuuming. That's true.
In his dreams.
I do delegate a little bit of work out to some teenage kids that I take care of sometimes. That's one thing. Okay, like going back to when the kids were little and I was a single dad, this would not be possible. Like this whole fucking YouTube thing, talking to you guys for an hour and a half at a time on a weekly basis on a fucking no. There's 0% chance that I would have enough energy or free time or ability to do that at that point. Because, dude, the kids take up all your fucking time when they're little. You know? You can't fucking leave them alone. You got to fucking constantly be checking on them and doing stuff and helping them out. And if you're not doing that, you're not doing the right thing. But then they get to be teenagers and you'd be like, yeah, fuck off. Go to your practice. I'll see you in 2 hours. I'll see you in 5 hours, whatever. They all have cars now, so that's kind of cool. I don't even have to give them rides anymore. The fuck are you talking about, Snuffleupagus?
Whatever it is, it's probably not original.
Oh, you're referring to my bikes and throttling? I thought it was a masturbation euphemism. But seriously, how are you dealing with personally with Matt abandoning you for Duke?
Ouch.
You know, sometimes you just have to cut friendships off. Me and Matt are currently not friends anymore. And neither are me and Duke. Everyone, if you could, the next time that Matt or Duke does a chat, go over their chat and tell them that they fucking suck a big cock for me, because they won't come on my chats anymore. And, you know, I don't miss them at all. I'm just kidding. No, we're still fine. Everything's fine. They're just fucking off doing their thing, man. Matt's busy with his job, working a bunch of days in a row and stuff. And, you know, Duke is Duke. He's always sleeping. So can't blame him for that. I do wish that I was like close enough to hang out. Like fucking Michigan's not very close by, but I guess neither was South Texas. So whatever. Nothing's really changed, honestly. Oh shit, Leo Red coming in for the last fucking haul of the chat. How you doing, Leo?
Yeah, I'm early, right?
Early? We're almost done.
Real early.
What up, Leo? Better late than never.
Yeah.
Where you been, homie? I haven't talked to you for a minute.
Were you tanning?
Life.
What does that mean?
Life stuff.
Okay, well, don't elaborate yet. Quite yet.
Do you have a tanning bed membership? Asking for the earlier part of this chat.
Me? Oh, Leo.
Sure. That's why I'm just gonna say yes.
You're a good sport, Leo.
Yep.
Do you think Matt and Duke have kissed yet? 100%. They've been docking, as far as I understand.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, where's your podcast, Corey? Says Snuffleupagus. He's calling you out.
Ooh, Corey.
I just didn't have the desire really to keep it going.
Dude, you should do it. You could do shorts now. They could be called ginger snaps. It'd be great.
I did get so I got this fucking GoPro Hero 8 for free from a friend so that I could do moto vlogging, like the moto vlog that I did on my channel. There was 2 of them that I've posted so far. Have both been recorded on this camera. And it works when it works really well, right? Like the recording is smooth and like everything works well. But the problem is the audio, for some reason, on this camera has more like I'll check it and it works, and then I put it on and it doesn't work, and then I like check it later and it works, and then I try to use it and it doesn't work. It's like I recorded fucking probably 8 hours of riding around, like talking to the camera and doing things, and none of the audio, like sporadically for fucking 1 fucking second at a time, and be like, oh, and then it would go away. And goddamn, it's fucking frustrating to put that much work into doing something and then get it home and fucking put it on your computer and then pull up the fucking file and start watching it and to realize that the audio isn't there.
Yeah, that would piss me the fuck off.
So I spent $300 on a new camera, and now I have a whole new setup. Because I'd be like that. So I got the Insta 360 fucking... Everyone says it's like the GoPro easy mode for moto vlogging, so I'm going to try it out. What did you notice? I noticed that in the first video, says Eduardo. What did you notice? Leo says, milk? You mean 40 ounce of Colt 45 and 2 zigzags?
Yeah,
maybe that's all we
do it.
need. We can go to the bar, at the bar, smoke that tumbleweed.
Actually, I'm
As
more
the
of a
mayor-
Saint. I'm more of an old English guy than Colt 45.
As the marijuana burns, we could take our turns singing them dirty rap songs. Stop and hit the bone like Cheech and Chong. Sell tape from here to Hong Kong.
How much do you think he makes annually on royalties just from that song?
Hopefully enough. It's certainly brought some joy to my life. He deserves it.
He had a nice crib that the police raided.
Did he really? What did they rate it for? That's funny.
I forgot. But he made a song about it too. And he used the video from the police raid from his house right in the music video.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Modelo. You know that's owned by Bud Light. The guy that comments. So when you drink Modelo, you're basically drinking fucking fag juice.
Modelo's nasty anyways.
A lot of those companies are owned by Anheuser-Busch.
Spanish fag juice.
And a lot of it's produced here in Ohio, actually.
Oh my god, we should start a beer company and call it Fag Juice.
With a sideline of ranch soda, or
No. Don't ruin my joke with your bullshit. We're selling fucking fag juice.
Yesterday, I had to go get some dog food for my dogs, and there was a dog toy that was a bottle of ranch dressing. I almost bought it for you to ship it to you.
One day I'm going to have just like a whole fucking thing of ranch behind me. What are you eating? You just turn on your camera to show us eating a biscuit?
Turnip.
woo, turnip.
You're eating a turnip?
Ew.
That's his thing. That's his calling card.
I have never in my life eaten a turnip.
That's what I told him, and he said I was crazy.
I've
don't
eaten
think I have
turnips
either.
before, but not raw.
Yeah, I don't think I ever ate a turnip.
Or missing out.
I'm gonna buy one, man.
Okay, do you know the origin of turnip? Do you know where turnips come from?
Probably your olden country.
Winter turnips, which are what turnips are, were developed and invented. I don't know if invented is the right term, but selectively bred into existence by a monk, like a Christian monk, who was sad from seeing people starve to death during the winter. And so he developed a crop that would grow during the winter so that they could have a winter harvest and not starve.
Nice. He
Yeah.
just
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's great.
before or what?
And I've still never eaten one of those fucking dirty fucking...
Fruits. Turnip greens are really good.
Turnip brains?
Greens.
Oh yeah.
I'm eating a tuna sub from Subway.
Even your
Ew.
Subway.
Dude, you know how that's like their most calorie dense sandwich? Like the calories in that mayonnaise is fucking astronomical, bro.
I used to work
That,
for
and I don't
Subway
think
back
it's
in the
real
day.
tuna either.
Same, bro. Same.
When I was
I
16
know
years
that.
old, I had a job at Subway,
Yeah, same. It's disgusting. Don't
and I
eat it.
hated it. And it was the worst
I'm about
job
to say, how
ever.
long did it last?
And so what I started doing, because they weren't paying me enough, I just started stealing like occasionally a $20 bill from the cash register, like fuck you. Right? And they caught on, but they couldn't catch me because there was multiple people who were on a shift at any given time, and this was before the era of like cheap fucking security cameras and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did to catch me was they would count the drawer, and then they would schedule me by myself for like 2 hours, and then they would come back and they would count the drawer again, like, oh, we got him. But like, I'm not fucking dumb. Like, I know what the fuck you're doing. I'm not gonna steal money when I'm by myself, and you can blame it on me. So I'm sitting there. I'm by myself one day at fucking Subway, and no one's coming in because it's a slow day, and I'm bored. And back behind the building that we worked in was like a retaining wall next to a highway with like a 30-foot fucking drop, right? Like a rail, and then there was like a 30-foot drop onto some rocks beneath, and then there was like the highway below that. And I got this idea in my head that wouldn't it be funny to grab a bag of mayonnaise, because they came in these like 5-gallon bags, like giant fucking bags of mayonnaise, and drop it off of the 30-foot drop onto the rocks below and watch it explode. Right? That was the whole idea. Because I didn't give a fuck about this job. I really didn't. So I grabbed this mayonnaise and I'm starting to walk outside with it. And the back door had a coat hanger, like jerry rigged up to hold the door open, so you could like coat hanger the door open and then you wouldn't have to hold it. And as I was walking through the door, the fucking jerry rigged coat hanger hooks the bag of mayonnaise. And like 2 gallons of mayonnaise instantly spill out of the fucking bag onto the ground. I'm like, fuck. Right? Yeah. So I go grab the mop and the broom, and I start trying to clean it up. And of course, when do people start coming in? Right then. So the manager gets back eventually. There's 2 gallons of mayonnaise on the back dock with the back door open, heading outside. And I cannot for the life of me think of a good reason why it's there. So they didn't fire me, but they didn't schedule me after that. So that's fun. Why do they do that? So they don't have to pay you unemployment?
Yep.
Yeah, I figured. Whatever, dude. Fuck that job. Although I do miss $5 footlongs.
Yep.
I think we all do.
You remember when Subway got sued because their footlong was like 10 inches?
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember when they got sued because Jared was a raper.
I don't think they got sued for that.
I hope so.
No, they got sued for the sandwich thing because it was faulty advertisement.
$1 McChickens.
I remember that.
I came upon a bunch of Subway coupons, so I'm using them all.
Remember when the Big and Tasty came out at McDonald's?
No.
Well, it's because you're a fetus.
Yep, I remember it.
So when I was a senior in high school, I think, when this happened, when the Big and Tasty came out, and they were like, they did this promotion at the local McDonald's where if you were part of the football team for the local high school, that you could come into the McDonald's and they would give you as many Big and Tasties as you could eat, and you'd have to like fucking sign a thing and have their picture on the wall, and they would say how many Big and Tasties you could eat, right? So I went in there, like showed my credentials as a football player so that I could get my Big and Tasties, and proceeded to eat 22 of them.
Damn.
Because I was a hungry boy. I don't think anyone else ate. No one ate as much as I did. We also went to this, there was this pizza place that had like a lunch special all-you-can-eat thing. And we went 3 times. And the 4th time we tried to go, the owner told us we couldn't come in. Because I ate 2 large pizzas every time I went there.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude. I mean, when you're in football and you're working out 6 hours a day between workouts and practice and other stuff, dude, and you're doing that 6 days a week, it's like a full-time job of just working out. So you need like 8,000 calories a day. Like, there's no way around it.
Yeah, I did that, and I still couldn't eat 2 fucking pizzas. I only had 1 class my senior year, and it was Woods. Was my hardest fucking class.
In the 80s, McDonald's was serving kangaroo meat, and they got in trouble. I remember when Burger King got in trouble for having horse meat in their meat. How the fuck do they accidentally get kangaroo meat in the McDonald's? That's weird.
It hopped in. But
I mean, it's
Depends on
Australia.
what country it's in too.
it's
I mean, if it's in Australia,
Right. But here, I had a friend who had a pet kangaroo,
hmm
and the pet kangaroo escaped from the house one day and went bouncing along, and they didn't see it, and they couldn't find it. And the next day, they went and like searched for the kangaroo, and it got eaten by coyotes. They found its
Really?
remains like fucking eaten by coyotes.
yeah.
The strangest meal those coyotes ever had.
If you ever want to kidnap a baby kangaroo, just take a pillowcase with you. They'll jump right in it.
Good to know.
how do you know that?
I saw it on a thing one time. It was people. It was like some vet people that were raising like I forget what they call them when they're like little ones like that. But it was just out of the pouch.
Joey.
Yeah, they literally pulled out a pillowcase and they're like, "Get in, buddy," and it just jumped in the pillowcase.
I thought you were just like massively kidnapping joeys everywhere from their mothers. Nice.
I know Subway was sued in the UK for their bread not being bread.
Well, they do have a additive, or at least they did for a while, plastic additive filler. As does McDonald's, as far as I understand. The bread at McDonald's has plastic in it. It's like an edible form of plastic.
It's the same kind of shit they make in yoga mats.
That too, but this
Yeah, and the sugar content.
lawsuit pertained to the fact that the sugar content was high enough that under their law it was cake, not bread.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was considered a pastry and not a bread.
Well, I mean, if you digest carbohydrates, even if it's flour and bread, it turns into sugar eventually. So
hmm
just takes an extra step.
Kind of like margarine's one ingredient away from being plastic.
Kangaroos and bears are both animals that male adults think that they can take on. I feel like I could take a kangaroo.
Well, that one guy beat that kangaroo's ass to save his own dog.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I've seen
saw
it
that. That
before.
was great.
And I'm sure someone's beat a fucking bear, but I don't think I would like to try to beat a bear in a fight. I don't think that sounds like a smart idea.
Well, there's been people that have killed bears with just a pocket knife, but that's
I'll
only
fuck up
after they
a
got
koala
fucked up a
bear.
little bit too.
I feel like a koala bear would fucking tear your eyeballs out and eat them like jujubes. I feel like koala bears are probably fucking like terrifyingly like nasty, you know, like when it comes to fighting and scratching your eyeballs.
Is it koala bears or pandas that carry a strain of hepatitis?
Yeah, so like don't think it.
Was it hepatitis or it was something like that where it's like why do the koala bears have
Yeah.
syphilis or some shit? Yeah,
Yeah, I
it was
think it's
something like that.
hepatitis.
No, it is syphilis. Damn it.
Let's look it up.
Chlamydia.
Ah, that's what it was.
Chlamydia. I knew it was something like that. They had some kind of fucking sex disease.
And they're all serial rapists.
Oh no, keep Corey away.
A full-grown kangaroo is 6 to 8 feet tall and all muscle. One kick and your guts are popping out of your belly. Yeah, that's why I got to get in close. Fucking start punching him in the face.
Fuck that, I'm gonna shoot him with my gun.
They would just keep me in the nads.
I'm going to use Kung Fu.
What gun? You're in Australia.
X Adam 1 says, are there bears in Colorado? Find one, fight it, and you'll go viral.
They got guns now.
I'll also be dead. Most duck babies are from rape. Ducks be raping.
How did we
Yes.
get stuck on this topic? Damn.
Yeah, they bite that back.
This is true. Ducks rape.
Don't they
Yeah,
have some
there's a
like
lot of-
weird fucking penis
Yeah,
too that
they
like
gotta corkscrew
unravels?
penis. Yes, that way they can't get away.
Who was the freak that got the first koala chlamydia?
Look at it, man. Look, all animals are assholes.
Clinton.
Yeah, I think otters are the ones that will rape like baby seals or something. Or wait, penguins maybe?
Dolphins have gay
Penguins.
sex. They have like gay sex orgies in the ocean. Dolphins are freaks, dude.
Kid, I didn't ask to know, but now do.
Empress
like-
orcas toss dolphins for fun.
They'll try to fuck their like the dolphins in captivity will try to like fuck their fucking trainer. And there was some lady who did this study. Do check this out. There was some study, and I forget what the point of the study was, but there was a woman and she had dolphins, and there was a study. That's the important part. And during the study, to get them to do the thing that she was trying to get them to do, she was giving them hand jobs so that they would so that like these dolphins got addicted to hand jobs from this chick, and fucking they would do like whatever she fucking said for hand jobs. But that wasn't part of the study, and then it was found out that she was like motivating these dolphins with hand jobs, and the whole thing got thrown out. It was great.
Damn. Bestiality.com.
Jane Goodhand. Well, on that
I mean, a
note,
good hand job could probably keep a lot of animals in line.
Even works on people. Weird.
Yeah.
all right. Well, on the dolphin hand job note, I think we're gonna go ahead and end it here. I don't feel very good, so I'm gonna drop out and go relax.
No, you're good, man.
But I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I hope you guys have a good night. And God willing, we'll be back here on Tuesday for another fucking round of action, of hot Honda action for your pleasure. But until then, deuces, y'all. Shall not be infringed. Troop it, shop it, on for pressure. Batakath care, prec the troops. Deuces, y'all.
Penis.
2 words made in America. And we'll see y'all next time.
I want to talk to you, motherfucker. Call me. Call me. Call me.